Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I am back in one of my favourite areas in the whole of Bangkok. I'm at Rattanakosin, Bangkok's old town. And the reason that old Bangkok is one of my favourite areas to explore is because it's home to some of my absolute favourite street food stalls of all time. So today I'm going to take you to two spots that would easily make my top 10. I'm going to take you to a curry rice stall, which I consider to be the best value seafood in Bangkok. I'm also going to be taking you to one of my favourite Khao chicken rice stalls ever. Let's go. Alright, so guys, first stop, Khao chicken rice. And I know what you're thinking, I've showed you a few chicken rice stalls in my time, but this guy's has got to go in top 5 for me in Bangkok. What a guy as well. This is Jack. I'll say hello to him in a sec. So we've got 40 or 50 baht, depending on what you get. We're going to go with pasom, so we're going to go with mixed, fried and boiled, so we're going to be paying 50 baht. Sawadee krab. Nice to see you again. Hello, Jack. I'm very hungry. Do you want that? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Welcome everyone to Jack's Chicken Rice. Oh, look at the colour of this rice. We've come at the right time, guys. So I think the thing that sets this place apart from everywhere else that I've been is the rice, and just the colour of that rice is just incredible. We've got some baitoy. Baitoy. Baitoy? Yeah, pandan. Pandan, that's the name in English. Pandan. We've got some pandan in there as well, giving it a wonderful fragrance. Loads and loads and loads of ginger. You've got like the crispy bits on the bottom of the pan, the brown bits. Little bit like you'd have a paella in the West. You get that like nice bit of caramelization on the bottom, giving a lovely bit of colour, lovely bit of flavour, and all that lovely ginger. Heavy, heavy, heavy on the ginger, and you know I love ginger, guys. Then next up, that wonderful soup. The chicken carcasses in here. Chicken bones, onions, pandan again, right? Baitoy. Oh, very nice. We've got that nam jim. Very nice. Everything's very nice. And then that crispy chicken and the boiled chicken as well. Oh, I can't wait for this. All right, so we're gonna get the. Alright, so let's get some nam jim. Nam jim khao man gai. Right, and to that I've been here before, so I'm gonna add a little bit more ginger, because I love ginger. You know how much I love ginger. Some chilies in there.
Garlic, ginger.
Right guys, and we've got the mix, so we've got boiled chicken thigh. And I'll explain a little bit about the cooking process later, but that's just perfectly cooked chicken. I don't usually get skin, but I just wanted to show you it with skin because everyone from Singapore and Malaysia was asking me why I don't eat the skin. The rice, look at the colour of this rice. I showed you that in the pot a minute ago. Absolutely insane. And then we've got that perfectly crispy, crunchy chicken thigh. We've also got a chicken soup, and that's the cooking liquor from the boiled chicken, this one. So the more chickens you boil, obviously the stronger the soup's going to be. No powder here, just great fresh goodness. Got some winter melon in there, a little bit of spring onion, thought it was some coriander. No coriander, we do have a little bit of coriander, cilantro on the chicken. Now usually with the gate hard, people would eat this, which is Nam Jim Gai, sweet chili sauce, but I don't eat this, so I'm just going to stick with the normal sauce we just made. Just going to throw that on. Get a little bit of everything on the spoon. All right. The rice, absolutely perfect. Every little single grain of rice is coated with chicken fat. So how they actually cook this fragrant rice is by rendering out chicken fat from the different parts of the chicken, like the neck, for instance. And in that chicken fat, they'll fry off garlic and ginger, then pour in the rice, and then use the stock from the boiled chicken to boil the rice. So you've got all that chickeny flavour going into the rice. The mun in the name comes from oily mun is oil. So it literally translates to oily rice with chicken. The fried chicken is absolutely insane. So crispy. I think this is rice flour. Very well seasoned, super soft chicken. And I am actually tasting a little bit of coriander seed. Jack, on the fried chicken, you have met pak tea.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, coriander seed on the.
Coriander seed, yeah.
Yes, this, yeah, my favourite. I absolutely love coriander seed on grilled chicken, fried chicken. That is such a touch. And that seems like a very mediocre thing for me to be banging on about, but this is such like this is such a standard dish. Like, you would find this probably 3 or 4 times on the same street. Like, it's on every single street corner in Thailand. So like to start claiming something's the best is would be mind-blowing. But for me, this is easily, for what I like about chicken, top 5 I've had in Bangkok, which means it's probably top 5 that I've had in Thailand. All right, I'll try some of the chicken with the skin, the chicken thigh. Again, super soft, very well cooked. The nam jim is fantastic. Heavy on the khao tiao, the yellow bean paste. We've got a little bit of dark soy sauce in there, some stock from the cooking liquor, so the basically just the soup, that's what I should have said. A little bit of the soup, a little bit of sugar. It's not overly sweet. A lot of the times you're going to get this sauce and it's going to be very sweet. This one's heavy on the garlic, heavy on the ginger. I forgot to mention, there's actually ginger in the cooked rice as well. Some shops only have garlic in the rice, which I like as well, but much prefer it when there's ginger in the rice too. The soup, very peppery and just straight chicken goodness. No messing about, like I said, no powders. Love the fact I've got 2 bits of winter melon in. I'm not sure if that's just because I'm mates with Jack. This is a very good Khao guy. Right, so I've finished up. I might as well show you where we are. So just a table next to this little canal. If you follow up there, where we're going up there in a sec, but that will be where Auntie Bien Kuagaya is. You've got all these little stir-fry shops along here. I'll show you that in a second, but it's just a lovely little area. You've got Suan Lom Maninad.
Yep.
Cup Suan Maninad. Over there. Thank you, Jack.
Welcome, Gary.
All right, come down and see
Thank you so much.
Jack's chicken rice. It's on Google now. All right, I'll put it on Google. Yeah.
To many foreigner people who came here to enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm very happy and thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Gary.
All right, guys. Come down here now. Links in the description.
Jack chicken rice.
Jack's chicken rice. So there's another little stir-fried place here where you can get your basic stir-fried dishes. Everyone just sitting out, lunch break on the canal. So once you're done with Jack's, just come out, turn right, or left, doesn't really matter because you walk down the canal the same way. At the end, you're at the next main road, and that's the entrance to the next little canal, and that's where our next stop is. I forgot to tell you how I actually know Jack, so I'll tell you that while we're walking to the next stop. So I think it was just before the situation that we've had over the last few years kicked in. By Sam Yod MRT station, which is where I got off and where you should get off if you get any MRT to come here. Just when the MRT station opened, they actually opened like a little canteen across the road. So it was in Chinatown, on the edge of Chinatown, start of the old town. It was like a clean place where you could get loads of different foods. I guess it was aimed at like Chinese tourists and tourists in general. Then the old situation happened, and they just didn't get any customers. But I'd gone in there to eat the Khao guy, and that's where I met Jack. He speaks perfect English, so I just used to stop and have a chat with him. Every time I went past, grab a chicken rice. And then one day I went past and it was just shut. It was all shuttered up and locked up. And then one day I was just walking past here on the canal and saw Jack just sitting there with a new chicken rice stall. So went over there, and I'm trying to get as many people as possible to go there and eat, because guys, we want to be supporting local. We want to be supporting guys and like these ladies and gentlemen that have had like their livelihoods taken away over the last couple of years and are trying to rebuild. So without preaching too much, guys, let's get out the hotels, forget that food, let's get out on the streets and let's support local. All right, guys, cross the street without getting hit if you can. And literally, we're coming in, we've got a noodle soup shop on your right. Ready, cab? And then we've got Khaoนะครับ Khaoเก่งป้าแอล Hello สวัสดีครับป้าแอลไฮโซข้าวแกงอ๋อสวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับโอ้น่ารักจังเลยโอ้น่ารักจังเลยสวัสดีครับ Alright guys, as if that first stop wasn't good enough, like probably top 5 Khao Man Gai I've ever had in 7 years in Thailand, I am bringing you to probably my number 1 street food recommendation of all time. This is definitely in my top 5 any street food establishments in Thailand. It is that good, guys. We are at Pael Hiso Khao Geng curry rice Hiso. Let's go. All right, so I've definitely got my eyes on these guys. Gungatiam. I've never had this before here. Gua Kling Sato. Chama? Sato.
ปูไหนคะปูเนี่ยปูที่กระเห็ดนะคะทอดมันถุงละ6 2 ถุงจะชอบกินอาหารไทยน่าดู
ชอบมากเลย
แล้วก็ทอดมันกี่ชิ้นคะ2 ถุง
ปูปิ้งหมดแล้ว
มี
นี่เหรอ โอเค
ยังไม่
เที่ยว
ได้
ไหนมาเนี่ย
ครับ I got a little bit worried there. I thought my crab had gone. But then I thought, do you know what? That would give me an excuse to eat something different for once, because I order the same thing every time I come down here. So I thought maybe if someone had eaten all my crab, I'd get something different. But she's just poured a load more in the into the pot.
เป็น 1,160 ครับ
So look, there is just like
1160 ครับ
Pagao.
แล้วก็ภาษาไทยดูก็ได้
So this is grouper. We've got some muwan, hoi, meleng pu,
ผู้ผัดชา
pad cha. Okay, so that's herbs. Cha means sizzle. And then we've got that pongkale,
ปูผง
pu pong.
ชื่อดีกว่า
Okay.
หน้า
ไม่คุ้น
อยู่นี่ไหม
ไม่
บาย
อ๋อตายเลย
อยู่นี่ไหม
Right, guys, this is important. Open Tuesday to Saturday, closed Sunday and Monday. So I have done this before and messed up. All right, and this is all the prices. If you can read this, then great. If not, I'll stick the translations below. Oh, opens 11:45, but it's It's already open. เอากัวกิ้ง
เอาคุกกิ้ง
กัวกิ้งสตอ
โอเค
ลักข้าว
ราดข้าว
กุ้งกระเทียม ใส่
กุ้งกระเทียม
ใส่
ใส่ถุง
ใส่จานนะ ใส่ถ้วย ใส่ถ้วย
อันนี้ก็ได้
ครับ
ใส่ถ้วย
แล้วก็ปูผัดพริก
ปูผัดพริก
ปูผัดพริก
โอเค
ปองกะเลกุ้งกระเทียมใส่นี้นะ
กุ้งกระเทียม
ใช่กับกุ้งกระเทียมใช่ครับหนึ่งครับ
แล้วก็ปูพริกกับ
ปูพริกกับ
อีกหนึ่งชาม
ครับ
โอเค
Okay. So for two on rice, 150. We'll just remember that, guys, okay? And then if you want it just in the bowl on its own, it's 300. So just get it on rice.
แล้วก็ปูพริกกับปูผง
ครับ I've got the VIP table, guys. Got one card. So I used to sit there on the before I used to sit there on the ice cooler like my man over there, and now they've got me a table out because I'm the roaming cook. So I don't know if you know me. All right, let's have a little look at what we've got, guys. So I'm super excited for this because I actually haven't had this before here. Kua king mo sato. So we've got sato beans, which are stink beans or bitter beans. Hand minced pork, makut lime leaves, some chili, some onions, and that's all been stir fried in a southern Thai curry paste. We've got, I mean, look at the size of these prawns. Is this for real? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, all for 150 baht. And don't even get me started on this one. The size of this crab meat is absolutely ridiculous. So we've got 4 papik, which is chili stir-fried crab, dry, and then we've got bongale, so in curry powder, yellow curry powder with crab. So what to go for first? Right, I think I'm going to try one of these juicy prawns first. Deliciously meaty, perfectly cooked. There's nothing worse than an overcooked rubbery prawn, especially when they're this thick. To cook them this well, they are cold. A lot of people have said to me, like, they've come to places I've recommended, like curry rice places, and they've said, or messaged me saying, Gary, like, the food was cold, but I don't notice that because we eat. Unless it's just been cooked, like the crab's just come out of the wok. She's stir frying a big, massive pot of crab when we got here. So that's warm, but like the prawns might have been the first thing she's cooked. So unless you get down here when, or anywhere for that matter, when they've just cooked something, you're going to be eating stuff at like room temperature, which for me is absolutely fine. Oh, the kua kling with the sato now. If you've not had a stink bean before, they're very difficult to describe flavour-wise. I would say irony, sort of sulphurous. They've got a lovely bite. They're never overcooked. You just stir fry them for a matter of seconds. They're probably my favourite vegetable in the world. Kua kling, this curry, is one of my favourites. Kua means to dry fry or to have something dry without liquid added, or it can just mean thick when you're talking about curries. But in this instance, it means dry fried. So it's a curry that has no added moisture, so no coconut milk, no water. It's just like basically a stir-fried mincemeat curry. Hand minced here. You've got that southern curry paste you're talking about. Dried chilies, fresh chilies, black pepper, loads and loads of turmeric, lemongrass, lime leaves. Then you've got the added addition of the lime leaves, giving you a nice sort of citrusy hit. Now, I like, when I'm in southern Thailand, I actually like having kua kling with prawns and pork, which is the reason why I've ordered the gungratiam in the same bowl. Can't even get the prawn's so big I can't actually get a sator on the spoon as well. Right, I'm gonna have to put one on with my finger. Do you know what I feel like I'm doing? I feel like I'm playing one of those games at, you know, one of those games at an arcade where you got to try and pick the toy up. My son loves them. There we go. Get a little bit with the sator. Okay, so the prawn is so big, so juicy, so plump, so sweet. It goes perfectly well against the sort of slightly fattier pork mince. For me, pork and prawn are a match made in heaven. All right, next up, I've got the crab. I won't dive too deep into this because I did have this when I brought Paddy Doyle down here. I've also bought Joe Perilla and Eli from This Food Bangs down here. So if you want to check out any of their videos, I've also done a video myself here about a year ago where I only got the crabs. I wanted to come down here today and do a bit more of a deep dive into the rest of the dishes that she sells. So I was going to order something different, as I said, but I can't turn this sort of immense crab down for this sort of price. I mean, it is just so sweet, so succulent. Okay, look at the size of that, guys. A lot of people get put off by crab because you have to peel it yourself, especially in England. Like, they give you a whole crab with some claws. It's a bit of a faff. You end up getting shell everywhere. Whereas this is just joint pieces from the arm and lots of it. Like, perfectly cooked, so soft, so sweet. The chili one isn't hot. There's not much chili in it. It's mainly just celery, spring onions, lime leaves, a little bit of oyster sauce and some soy sauce, and they're just kind of letting the crab be the main star of the show because it is so fresh and it is so sweet. The crab in yellow curry, that is a firm favourite of mine. I don't know but why, but like generic curry powder like we get back in the West, I was going to say English curry powder, and not a lot of Thai people know this, but the #1 brand of curry powder in Thailand, I think it's Wurz, is it? W-U-R-G-H? Or Burz? One of the two. Anyway, the #1 brand of chili powder that's used in every restaurant is actually made in England, in Derby or somewhere, I think. But it just goes so well. Generic curry powder for me goes so well with seafood, especially like sweet crab. And I'm not sure why, but I absolutely adore it. Again, everything here is fresh, all fresh seafood from Champon in the south, cooked to absolute perfection by Pael over there. I said it was one of my best finds ever, probably in my top, no, definitely in my top 5. And after eating it again today, I'm not taking that back. So another dish that's really definitely worth a mention here, she hasn't got it today, but it's usually here a couple of times a week, is the pagao. They've got pagao Hod, which is the deep fried grouper here today, but there's another one, pad Peking, so with ginger, so shredded ginger steamed with soy sauce, and it is absolutely incredible. If you haven't had grouper fish before, it's a big, thick, meaty fish, not too fishy for all you guys that don't like too much seafood. So yeah, that's a perfect one to get you into the seafood if you're not too into the crab and the prawns. What I don't recommend, guys, is going to eat Khao Man Gai and then coming here on the same day, because I feel like I'm gonna die. I feel so stuffed. Like, the food is now up to here. As delicious as it was, if you're here for a week, go to one spot one day, one spot the next day, carry on up there, and then you've got Pa Bien, Kua Gai, for the Bat Mi Kua Mudang that I did a video on. I'll stick links to that in the description box below. I'm gonna get paid up, see how much this came to. I think it's gonna come to 300 because I got 2. So what's that, £7? You could not get one of those prawns for £7, $8 in London. So bargain again. Oh,
แต่ไม่อ้วนนะ
อ้วนแล้วนะอ้วนแล้วอ้วนเท่าไหร่ครับ300ครับครับน้องพูดภาษาอังกฤษได้ใช่ไหม Yeah. She speaks English, guys. So you don't need to speak my bad Thai when you come down here. ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณนะคะ
ขอบคุณครับอร่อยที่สุดในกรุงเทพ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
ครับบ๊ายบาย
บ๊ายบาย
Bye bye, bye bye, pal. Come on, Khao. Come down and see everyone. Let's go. That is one of my top ever finds, ever in the whole world, ever. And I can't even overhype it because it's that good. So guys, let me know, are you gonna come down here? Are you gonna check out Jack's? Are you gonna check out Auntie Pien's? And are you gonna check out Pa El? To hit all three. If there's more than one of you, you can share. I'd hit all three in one day. If you want to see another video on all three of those restaurants and an ice cream shop, as I said, I'll link to the other guys' videos in the description box below. For now, guys, I'm going to call it a day. I've got to go and have a lie down. I might even have to go to the hospital because I'm so full up. But thank you very much again for watching, guys. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment, please, even if it's just an emoji, just something, just to kick that algorithm into gear. Thank you very much again, guys, and I will see you in the next one.